dashboard. Today's going to be a little bit more of an informal stream. It's going to be a quick one. Just pulling up all my cheat sheets. Oh, wow, my dashboard has changed quite a bit. Am I even live? Let me see. There's nobody. There's one person in chat, but I'm not sure if they're actually paying attention or not. Did that tweet actually go out? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Cool. All right, it looks like I am live. Cool. So what I'm going to do is kind of go through the normal stuff. So today, hi, I'm Joshua. This is Malcolm. He's the little guy I always talk about, but I haven't shown yet. So I figured he could join me for this one. So whatever I lack in actual working and talking about Delver, I make up in cuteness. Um, so um, Today is December 18th, 2016, and I'm just going to give you an update as to the last week of Delver development. We're not actually doing a normal development stream this week because I am at a conference in Seattle. It's called the G2. It's a gaming and experimental entertainment conference. It's the first time they ran this, and it's really interesting. It's a mix of all sorts of things. It's video games and it's tabletop games, and it's also dodgeball and it's drone racing. It's crazy. Um, I was fortunate enough to have been offered a table at the show, and all I had to do was pay for my power consumption, which is a pretty rad deal. A lot of times, you have to pay quite a bit of money to get space at a show. So I'm just going to go to my repositories, GitHub. So we'll just do the normal status update. So we've had a pretty good week. Let's just kind of talk through the changes. So Chad has been tweaking his fire system. It looks like it might actually land for this update, at least an early version of it, so we can get feedback from you folks, which would be really cool. Let me see what else. Yep. So he's fixing how the status effects works. I guess when I implemented this, I kind of refactored how status effects works to give hooks when they start and at the end. And I guess I didn't take the player into account because maybe they're a special case than a normal actor. Yep. So fire system is pretty cool. It's pretty crazy. Watching people play with it at this conference is interesting because, like, it seems to me like an enemy will get set on fire and he'll bump into another enemy and that enemy will get set on fire. And the enemy bumps into a table, the table gets set on fire, and then the player gets set on fire. And pretty soon the whole room's on fire, and it's kind of cool to watch. Like I felt bad because there's always yet another stupid death. Like some poor kid got set on fire and like three spiders ran him down, and it was kind of hilarious. And I felt kind of bad though because you get it just the RNG kind of rolls out sometimes. But yeah, so we got Chad. So breakables can now take damage when they're on fire. Um, uh, cool. So he fixed how some of the logic works for explosions, which is good. Tweaking the fire effect for the player, so the player gets on fire and little things will fly off of you. Looks like 109 Thanos says, "Will the next update be unleashed or be released?" I'll talk about that here in just a second. I'm just gonna go over the changes and then I'll talk about like on my end what's left to do. So fire scrolls now don't do damage. I don't think. I think they just set everything on fire within a radius of you, which is pretty crazy. It can be uh, pretty chaotic, but it's been a fun system so far in testing, and I'm kind of curious to see what folks think. Yep, and more. Just Chad's been doing a lot of work on this fire system, tweaking the paralyzed one explosion. Again, more me tweaking on particles and effects. Yep, color changes. Um, Again, so these are some fixes to make my life easier making content, which is pretty cool. Fixing how our caching works so we don't have that particle issue that I've been running into. And yeah, some of you noticed the sometimes the flying enemies would get pulled into the floor. You'd be fighting like this invisible bat thing that kept hurting you. That should be fixed now, which is good. Um, so Chad updated the default torch to the new fancy torch. The new fancy torch has a really slick animation on it. I think it looks pretty good. There's also some nice particle effects. That's the default torch now, which is cool. So Chad added a unique sword somewhere. That's kind of a nice spoiler, I guess. Still need to make art for that, but I don't know if I should hold up the update for that or not. I might be able to crank it out here real quick though. I can do items pretty quick. Um, yep. So unique flag for yeah. So this is just a coloration of the names for unique items. Um, so we talked about weapon. So we're talking about the durability property. I'm not sure if that's actually wired up, but Chad's starting to work about that. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Like, I can see both sides of it, and I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about durability. I mean, I like the fact that Delver's pretty simple. You don't have to manage a lot of stuff. Updating the magic missile traps. Added a turbulence property to particles and emitters. Like, I've not actually played with that yet, but I hope it adds just a little bit of wiggle to particles. That could be really cool. Um, I finally got the darn animation done for the fireball wand, so it looks pretty good now. And the explosions actually push out decals, which what makes the explosions feel really nice because now they really burn up the area that they hit. Um, so that's cool. That was a nice little change. And if I go to my GitHub and my issues and my milestones, um, as you folks can see, it looks like actually yeah. So the November update is I have nothing left to do on it, and as far as I can tell, the November update is ready to ship. So whenever Chad has time to get the builds cut, I think we're in a good place to send out the next update. Okay, so I guess I wanted to just give a quick shout out to all the really kind folks that I met yesterday. So I spent 10 hours working a show, talking to people. A handful of people I met actually own Delver, which is really rad, and they were really excited to talk to me about Delver. And then a lot of people hadn't played Delver yet, and I was really excited to show them to it. And it's really like, I guess I should have realized this, but man, kids really, really love Delver. They really get it. And and that's awesome. And you know, just a lot of fortuitous things. Like since we use standard FPS controls, the kids that play Minecraft instantly know how to play Delver. And a lot of times they go run and grab friends and bring them back and tell them they have to play this game, which is really cool. Um, yeah, and I've met some really cool streamers. They spent some time talking to me about streaming and all kinds of stuff. It's just been a really good event. And I really love talking to people and watching people play Delver. And I'm going to do another 7-hour shift today. It's noon to 7 for me. So the reason I sound so hoarse is partly because this little guy has been sick all week and keeping me up, and I've not been sleeping, and partly because I've been talking wildly and gesticulating about Delaware because I'm excited about Delaware and I love to talk about it. But this is going to be a short one. I think I'm only a couple minutes in. But thank you very much. I'm sorry I can't do a full length dev stream today, but I just wanted to give you a status update, letting you know that from my perspective, all the things we wanted to get in the November update are done. So the update should be landing shortly. Given the knowledge of how the November update went, I'm going to have to look at the scheduling for the next update and kind of make sure that seems to be more accurate, so I can give you guys a better idea of when that will come out. I'll also be posting a thread on the Steam forums showing you the roadmap for the rest of the project, or at least as the rest of the project as I understand it. All right, folks, thank you for stopping by. Again, apologies for the short stream, and I will see you next Sunday.